All right, folks, welcome back to the TNT show. We got a little bit of NFL news. Um, nothing nothing crazy. We just got a few things we want to talk about. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is it broke news this morning. George Pickens got traded to the Cowboys. My question to you is, does this make them a contender?
No, I don't think so. I mean, they're supposedly contenders, Super Bowl champions every year, but they're like a record on repeat.
Honestly, you know my feelings on the situation. I don't think they're gonna get over the hump until they let
Great
that come.
pickup, great pickup. Sorry,
Yeah, I mean, great compliment to City Lamb. I mean, I think they'll definitely help each other.
for sure, and it'll take the pressure off of you know. I mean, it really ain't a whole lot of pressure on CeeDee Lamb. He's great, but the ball won't have to go to him every single play.
Yeah, you got another not super consistent, but you do have another playmaker. He's gonna bring in some big plays every now and again.
Right, for sure.
So they got him for what they had to give up a
A third
third
a
of.
third round pick for this year, and then next year it's like a fifth and a sixth.
Yeah, so
Well, this coming year. So
that's not that's really not that bad.
so
Not a big haul. So yeah, low risk, potentially high reward. But
for
yeah,
sure,
no,
for sure.
it's like I said,
So
I
let's
don't.
let's say it doesn't work out. Let's just say that same thing, same thing happens. They're great during the regular season. We get to um, the playoffs, and Dak chokes like he always does.
You got to let him go.
Do you just let him go? I mean, you can't. You just gave him $60 million a year.
I mean, realistically, you would have to trade him because if they get to the playoffs with that team, which is going to be a good team, if they get to the playoffs and he chokes, then you wasted $60 million just to get the same result.
Yeah. So
Let alone if he get that, I'm not wishing this on him, and let alone if he gets hurt. If he gets hurt, you definitely wasted $60 million because
yeah,
he's had injuries throughout his career, and
yeah.
it's known.
Hurt last year. Yeah, missed the whole season.
That's a lot of money
Or
for
not the
somebody
whole
who's
season, but
had,
he missed a lot of it.
yeah, a lot of money for somebody who's had multiple seasons where he's missed majority of the season, if not all of it.
Yeah,
So
he has missed. He has had some career-ending injuries. So
yeah, so like I said, big risk that they took there. So it's at this point it's gonna have to pay off because if it doesn't, you're kind of like stuck with him. One, he's
oh yeah, for
overpaid,
sure.
and two, it's gonna be hard to move off of somebody that everybody knows is gonna choke when they go to the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know
But
what you do in that situation. Yeah, maybe draft somebody, put some competition on him, do something.
could help. It might.
But again, George Pickens, yeah, he's all right. I think he'll as long as my thing is how's he going to handle the not being the number one guy?
I think he'll be all right because I mean, had we gotten into the season, DK was gonna be the number one guy for them anyway, so he was gonna fall to the number two spot. Based on his play up until he was traded, he was definitely more like a number two than a number one, anyways, based on his numbers.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So we'll see. But another topic we want to talk about is the Justin Tucker situation. I don't know what they let him go for. I'm assuming they either didn't want to deal with it. They don't want the press publicity. They might be getting tired of asking about it, getting asked about it. I don't know.
Between me and you, I think they saw it as a good opportunity to let him go anyways because he was horrid last season. He was terrible.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's a great reason. That's a good enough excuse to get rid of him.
Yeah, freed up some money. I mean, because he wasn't exactly a a cheap kicker.
No, I'm pretty sure he was the highest paid kicker, if I'm
So
not
I mean,
mistaken.
it's kind of a win because it's not like now I could be wrong. It could have just been one bad season because it really was only one bad season. He's been great outside of this one season.
Well, all things considered, he had a lot going on.
Yeah,
So
they probably it's like you said they probably just didn't want the continued attachment with the publicity because they probably got a million people asking like, "Do y'all know anything about this? How did y'all not know anything about this?"
why is he still
Um,
on the team? Is he getting suspended? Is he going to play? Yeah.
and this happened like 10 plus years ago, so a lot of these questions really aren't warranted if you think about it because he's entitled to his own privacy. So what he does in his own time, that's kind of his thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's a touchy subject. We don't want to get too much into it because obviously we don't know the facts.
It's all
I just think it's kind of weird that he got kicked off the team and Deshaun didn't.
well,
So
I mean, again, it's like I said, it's all alleged. So to kick him off the team, a guy who's been with you for that long, and you put a lot of trust in him in big games, and he's outside of whatever this situation is going on. I mean, he's had great character. He hasn't had any issues. So I kind of
so
thought he'd get the benefit of the
does a
doubt.
team take a chance? Do you think he gets picked up?
Honestly, I don't think so because nowadays they're really outside of Deshaun Watson. They're really kind of not too many people who are going to take a chance on situations like that and bringing that type of situation into your franchise, your locker room, that kind of thing.
I think it depends. Yeah, like you said, if he gets cleared, he'll get a chance. Maybe I don't know. He is older, but there are a lot of teams that could use a good kicker.
Yeah, there's plenty of them.
So, but yeah, I don't know. Obviously, innocent until proven guilty. You can't point the finger till you have the facts. So, it's like the Ravens said, it was a football decision.
Yeah, I thought if anything, he would have just got suspended like Deshaun did, but
Well,
who knows?
again, you know, you don't want distractions for your team. You're trying to compete for Super Bowls. So if he's not mentally there, because I'm sure it's rough on him, whether it's allegedly he did this, so whether he did it or not, we may never know, but I'm sure that takes effect on you. What I mean, if he did it, I mean, obviously, but if he didn't, imagine what that does to you mentally if you didn't do something like that.
Exactly.
But on to other news. So a lot of these people are trying to get numbers that are retired. How do you feel about that? Like Abdul Carter has asked three people for their jersey numbers, and they've told him no every time.
Um, honestly, if you get to the point of where he is, I feel like you're kind of just down bad in the sense of you really want a jersey number that bad. Make your own legacy. At this point, make your own legacy, get your own number. You're good enough to, you know, create that. So just go for it. I mean, There's nothing wrong with asking the people. That's not a problem. Phil Simms even said like he wanted to do it, but his family outvoted him and told him not to do it.
Phil Simms is
So,
dead, Tavius.
oh well, my bad. Whoever on behalf of Phil Simms said it because his number is retired. Number 11 is retired.
Yeah.
And I saw some report. I guess I read the name wrong, but it was a family vote and they didn't want to unretire
Yeah,
it.
their family didn't want to unretire it. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he's been dead for like a long time. Don't quote me on that. I'm looking it up.
Yeah, I was about to say I could have been mistaken. If he is, rest in peace. If not, may he continue a long and healthy life.
Could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm trying to look it up. I could be wrong. Anyway, continue.
Um, I mean, again, like I said, I don't
No,
really
yeah,
still.
he's still alive.
Okay, perfect. I was right then.
I think it was somebody else.
No, he definitely said it because I remember the report. When you said he was dead, I just kind of had to like throw that out the window. But I remember reading a report about it, and he did. He said he spoke with his family about it, and they outvoted him and said, "Not, don't
Yeah,
do it."
yeah, 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 yeah. The mother and the sister blocked it.
Yeah, that's tough.
So he doesn't have a jersey right now. So
I think he'll figure it out. He'll figure out what number is best for him based on what's available, and I think he'll make a legacy out of it. Either he will or he won't. I mean, it's one way or the other.
so how okay, I can understand asking for like certain number. So but you asked for Lawrence Taylor. What in what world did you think he was going to give that to? Now Phil Simms, okay, maybe.
The worst he could say was no. You got a
Yeah,
50-50 chance. It's a yes or a no.
yeah, yeah. I don't remember who other jersey he asked for.
Now, again, don't get me wrong. I probably wouldn't have asked LT because I mean he's
He's
a
he's considered the greatest defensive player of all time. He ain't unretiring his number for you.
that's like somebody getting drafted by the Patriots, and when they retire Tom Brady's jersey, they're gonna ask, "Oh, Tom Brady, can I wear your number?" That's insane. Of course not.
Now, I guess he took a chance because they unretired number one for Malik Neighbors. Maybe that's who it was. Maybe it was Malik Neighbors getting number one. Maybe
Yeah,
that's what I'm
but
thinking of.
honestly, I don't even know who wore the number one for the Giants that was retired.
Remember? But yeah, I don't.
No disrespect to him. I'm pretty sure he was great because you got to be great to get your number retired, unless you're Colorado, and I'm not gonna get to that. Not gonna get into that. But again, for the Cam Ward, the Titans unretired Warren Moon's number one, and Warren Moon was there to give it to him.
Yeah, he didn't look happy about it either.
I can understand that. I mean, considering you're a legend for a franchise, you got the highest honor of getting your jersey retired for them, so they can unretire it and give it to their next franchise quarterback. It's kind of slap in the face.
Ray Flathery in 1935 wore number one for the Giants.
He
Yeah,
was
let's
probably a
go to
plumber on
that.
the side.
So no idea. Like you said, no disrespect, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of stupid. I don't even think I would ask. I mean,
Exactly.
like you said, like it is like he said, the worst he can say is no. I mean, I'm surprised he did. Well, it's like you said. It's like I said. If he says yes, he probably loses all of the money. I'm sure he gets because people are probably still buying Lawrence Taylor jerseys. So you got to think he probably loses all that money.
True.
He probably loses trademarks or whatever, however you want to look at it, whatever it's called. Why would he do that? Now, I feel like if you were a high caliber player, maybe.
I mean, Abdul Carter is definitely high caliber. I mean, he was.
We don't know yet.
He
Not
was.
straight out of college. I feel like that's a little weird. Like you're coming straight out of college. We don't know if you're going to be a bust. So if Cam Ward is absolutely terrible, do you
Nope.
retire the one again? You just
Nope.
I guess it is what it is now.
Yeah, you already retired it. You can't go back just because he's bad.
So imagine you're terrible. You asked for Warren Moon's jersey, one of the Titan greats. Well, I think he would have been the Oilers, but one of the greats. And Doc, you suck.
Yeah.
So anyway, Shador is going to wear the number 12. Travis Hunter is going to wear number 12. I thought that was kind of ironic. He wanted number 2, but remember who? I can see the guy's name, but I can't think of what his name was. He got number 2. Some guy that's been in the league for like 9 years. Can't think of his name though.
Yeah, I know he definitely wasn't gonna give that up.
They probably would have if he'd have been the number 2 pick.
Honestly, I can understand why players don't like to do that because I've heard about the process for that. There's paperwork you got to do. You got to buy out all of because they have to buy out all of your jerseys. Like all your jerseys have to be cleared off the market, and that's
This guy they just got. Cleveland just got him. He's been on like 5 teams.
so. But again, still, it's like it's a big process.
DeAndre Carter. I'm just going to keep it honest with you. I have no idea who that is.
I'm pretty sure he's a
He a
corner,
running
right? That's
back?
corner. I think he's a
I
corner
have no idea.
from Georgia. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not 100% sure, he's definitely from Georgia and he's a corner because I remember the name. Again, I could be wrong.
I'm about to look because I don't know. No, that was think you're thinking about somebody else. I'm looking. I have what I say his name was
DeAndre Carter.
DeAndre Carter. I'm looking. I don't see him. He's a wide receiver
Oh, okay.
out of Sacramento State.
That was a big miss. I don't know who I was thinking
You're
about there.
you're thinking about the dude from uh Philly that plays defensive tackle. I don't know what his first name is, but
Oh no, that's Jalen Carter. I know him, but I could have
no,
swore.
he's been in the league for 7 years. Let's just look at his stats. Yeah, this guy's a bum. So in his whole career, I guess he's not a bum. He's in the league. He makes way more money than me and you will ever see. But in his whole career, he has 1,300 yards.
Huh.
So
Well,
he's been on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different teams. since
Yeah,
2018. So if he gets cut, Shador, well, he'll probably just rock 12. But
I'm sure he'll change his number if that number ever becomes available. It's a given.
he might not, because like you said, well, then you'd have to go.
Yeah, but for him, money is nothing, so he wouldn't care to buy out whatever jerseys are left on the market for him, so he can switch his number.
But like you said, it's kind of like Lawrence Taylor told Abdul Carter, make your own number famous. Why are you asking me for mine? I get it, but make your own. He said, I don't care if he said go make number. He said go make 00 famous, kid. That's crazy.
With the utmost respect in the world, he told him to go rock 00.
Well, do something. But yeah, I don't know. Some teams like New York has a lot of retired jerseys. So would you give it up? Let me ask you that. If your jersey was retired, would you unretire it for somebody?
It depends on if I'm that much of a legend or not. If I'm like LT, no. If I'm like number one for the New York Giants from 1935, I mean, not that he, would have a say in it, but I probably would.
So I think I would want to see how you played out.
Mm, I mean, there's a reason why they unretire these numbers for these guys out of college because they feel like they'll be good enough based on what they saw.
Yeah. Malik didn't even ask for number one. They just gave it to him.
That right there tells you just
He was going to wear number 11 or 8. No, I don't know what number he was going to wear, but he didn't ask for it. They just gave it to him. I think he could have asked. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. That I don't know. But that's I don't know. I don't know if I would do it or not. It's like you said. It would depend.
like I said.
What did I do?
If I'm LT,
LT.
I'm definitely not.
I mean, he's arguably the greatest defensive player of all time. He's not doing it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's all I got. Anything else you want to touch on?
All right. So in other sports news, while we have the time, just a quick catch up NBA playoffs. Warriors went up 1-0 on the Grizzlies. Steph.
Yeah, he's expected. He's expected to be out for a week too.
Yeah. So that's gonna be tough on the Warriors, and it's gonna be even tougher on Jimmy because he's gonna have to carry the load for at least the next 2 games. Because you get about 2 games in a week, maybe 3. So the series kind of hinges on can Jimmy Butler and company, at least keep themselves in the series until Steph gets back.
Yeah,
Buddy
they
Hield's
can't
gonna have
go.
to
They
really,
can't go down like 3-1.
yeah, no, definitely not. It depends though. If he comes back and they're down 3-1, I think they could probably claw their way back up out of that one. But yeah, you definitely don't want to go down 3-1 because it's tough to win series when you're down 3-1. It's
Yeah,
the reason why the percentage is super low on teams that haven't been able to come back from that.
yeah. Your
Um,
Celtics shot 80 something threes and only made like 20 of them.
we already talked about that. We don't got to bring it back up. They play again tonight, and I hope they beat the Knicks by 30. We'll see. The
You think they took
Cavs,
their foot off the gas?
no, they were just like I said. You basically just said it. They were just out there shooting and settling for shots that they really didn't need to while having a big lead. So if not for that, I think they could have definitely still ended up winning by 20. They would have been sitting on the bench in midway through the fourth quarter.
Are the Cavs in trouble?
Yes. The injuries are piling up for them, and it's the second year in a row where injuries could cost them a chance at an NBA championship. Darius Garland is
So
still out.
if they miss out on a championship, do you just call LeBron and say, "Look, here it is. Here's what we
I,
can do.
I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. He is a free agent.
Here's what we can do. Come back home. Let's win a championship, and you can retire." Because I think with him now, I don't know who they're going to have to. I don't know what they're going to have to get rid of to get him. Because
Nobody.
I
I
don't
mean,
know what.
they could just sign him. Maybe cut a couple of guys, that maybe make a little more money. But I mean, you bring in LeBron James. Why would you? Doesn't matter. Who cares?
I don't know. Do they have the money to bring him in? He's going to be $50 million a year. However, well, they could do like 1 year, like 1 year, 40 million or something. I don't know what kind of money Donovan Mitchell makes.
A lot.
Pretty sure it's pretty
he
good.
makes he makes a lot.
So,
Max contract money.
but again, they could do it, extend it. Hey, come back home. Look, that would be the Cinderella story. You come back to where it all started. You let's go win a championship, and you can retire on top. I would do it. What's the worst? Exactly the worst he's going to say is no.
That's true.
I don't see him winning one in LA.
Nah, not with the roster that they have. They got to do something.
So they brought in Luca. Just go back to Cleveland. Like I said, go back to where it all started.
Go back to where it all started. Play on a championship contender. You don't have to be the guy. I mean, you're
Yeah, you
gonna
don't have
be
to be the
great
guy.
because
You can play with Donovan Mitchell and Garland. Let him get healthy.
I mean,
And
obviously he's
just
still gonna be great because he's LeBron James. But I
oh
mean,
yeah, for sure, for sure. But
so
he's not going to have to play 40 minutes because they got to score 150 points a game.
yeah. So
I mean,
I mean, not to take away from the Cavs situation right
Donovan
now because
Mitchell
there's.
scored what, almost 50, and they still got beat.
Yeah, I mean, it happens like that sometimes. I mean, they got beat on a tough shot. I mean, you take that any day of the week. I mean, you lost on a tough shot. Only thing they have to do now is
They just don't have
they
enough. The Pacers are showing that. I don't know if it's. I mean, like you said, it was just a good shot. The Pacers
well,
are just kind of showing that maturity and where they've been here.
honestly, the
And
way that I
and
look at it,
Cleveland doesn't have Darius Garland, so obviously that's 30 points that you're not getting, or however many he's scoring. So there's that too. So, but yeah, that's
no, like I was saying, the last game they actually had two more. They had their 6 man and Evan Mobley that they were missing too. So from my perspective, the Pacers had to beat them on a last second shot without the
a
defensive
beat
player
up
of the
team.
year. Yeah. So I think a fully healthy Cavs team definitely wins this series, but they're not fully healthy.
Yeah,
So they
I
need to
mean,
get healthy really quick.
yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, they're already down. If they get down 3-1, they're probably done.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not
but like
I don't
I
remember
said,
if we
you could. It would be. It would probably look kind of bad to go get LeBron, but like you said, that could be his farewell tour. Go back to where it started. Go win a champion. Go compete for a championship. If you win, you retire on top of the world. So
yeah.
that's what I
Um
would do.
I know the Thunder, they dropped their opening game too. They were up 20, blew a big lead, ended up losing. So so far all of the higher seeded teams have lost game 1.
Yeah, the
And
Timberwolves look
also
pretty
game 2 for
bad
the
the other
Cavs.
night too.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards did not play his best game, but people give him way too much heat because he's still young. He's like scratching the surface of what he's gonna be in this league, which is he's already really good, but You got to think he isn't even in his prime yet.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode. Again, appreciate everybody for listening in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, if you made it this far in the video, tell us who you think is gonna win the Rookie of the Year for offense and defense in the NFL. And we'll catch y'all in the next episode.